Okay, got another interesting thing for you guys to consider. Before you listen to the rest of this video, I'm going to have a link up in my info box of a video of a Barack Obama's speech to the various press members. It was a dinner, and it was on his 100th day. Okay? I want you to go to that link and scroll to 2:15 in that video, and you'll hear exactly what he says. And the quote is, "My next 100 days are going to be so successful that I'm going to get them done in 72 days, and on the 73rd day, I'll rest." Now, I'm about to explain to you the significance and the impact of that statement. Alright? So for those of you that don't know about the rapture, don't understand it, and don't understand a lot of the things going on in the world right now related to it, I'm going to explain one of the key things here. Okay? And this all has to do with planning. Planning by our government, the New World Order, and it's interesting how they all come together to fulfill Scripture in Christianity, in Revelations. Okay? So you're going to hear it from him on that reel. Now, let me tell you what it means. Okay, first of all, for those of you that don't know, if you count the first 100 days of our new president's term, it actually ends up on May 1st. Okay? The significance of May 1st is that it is a cult holiday, and it's celebrated with sacrifices and a number of other things. Okay? So if you take 72 days from that May 1st date, you come up with July 11th. Now, there's a lot of interesting things about this date. Okay? First of all, if you go back to 9/11, which is, the date that occurred, 9/11/2001, you multiply that by pi, which is the circumference of the Earth. Pi is a very significant number. The significance of it is, first of all, it's a never-ending number, but it's also has to do with completion of a circle and perfection. All right, so multiply 9/11 times 3.14, and you come up with 2860. Now, what's interesting about that, 2,860 days after 9/11 is July 11th. I'm going to let that one sink in for a minute. Okay? Second of all, there are multiple avenues that are pointing to this July 10th, 11th, 12th weekend. This is the first time in history, and there's a lot of people that have talked about, the end times are coming and stuff like that. But this is the first time in history that not only has Christian prophecy predicted a date, but it's also the Muslims, the government by their actions, and a number of other sources that I don't have time to list all here. They're all intersecting on this date. And that date, if you look at it in the Bible in Revelations, you'll find that if you calculate from our end date, and a lot of people have probably done research on 2012, December 21st, etc. You calculate back from the days in which the 1,200 and some days that are required for the two witnesses to make their stance and try to plead the world and fire and brimstone and all this other stuff. They also intersect on that same date. If you back it out from December 21st, 2012, that's an incredible coincidence, extremely interesting. But I find it basically it's scary. I mean, it's really scary with all these numbers and dates intersecting. Now, numerology is one thing, but when you have science, when you have Christianity, when you have Muslims, when you have the government by their actions, all intersecting on the same days, there's got to be something to it. I'm not a prophet. Just do a lot of research and reading and trying to understand things. Fortunately, I've got some good friends that also do the same thing and help me with that as well. But if you want to do some research on your own, take a look at Revelations. Take a look at this speech. Why would he say that? What significance would there be for him to say that? And another good resource that I think you should probably start looking into, a guy by the name of David Flynn. Fantastic. Does a lot of stuff. He's done tons of research from a numerology perspective, scientific perspective. And I think if you do the research, you'll find the conclusions that I'm coming to. So, just thought I'd share that and the significance of that specific speech.